In this video, we're going to walk through assembling your cart for your machine. So take out all your pieces. These are the two side pieces. Have the locks facing forward or away from you as you're assembling it. I'm doing this on a table, so it's a little bit easier for you to see. So you have these pieces. You should have a couple other pieces of it that we'll go over here in a minute. Make sure that you find all your bolts. There should be a baggie of bolts and washers. And then there should be a bag of these black looking pucks. We'll talk about what those are for here in a minute. You'll also want to get your machine operator kit. So find that. It may be down on the base of the actual embroidery head, but find it. What we're going to need from that is the Allen wrenches, and we're going to need the size 4 here in a minute to start. All right, let's set that to the side here. Okay, and then you should find a stop dock, something like this. Make sure to read through the first page of it. We're going to do step 1, which is assembling the cart. And so we're going to go to page 4 of this. And the first step is telling us that we're going to take part A and B, and we're going to put on the part C, which is going to be kind of the base of the machine. So we've got those 3 set out. Once again, it's probably easier for you to do this on the floor than a table. And what we're going to do is you're going to notice that on the front of this, there is 2 holes. There's one on either corner. So that goes towards the locking wheels. And so we're just going to kind of slide that in place and then slide it over until it locks with the other side and slide it in like so. And then the instructions say to take 6 bolts that are the part E, which is the M6 times 12 millimeter button head screw, and then 6 of the flat washers, which is part F. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and just screw in, and we're not going to over tighten them yet. We're just going to get them finger taut until we get all of them put in. So there's one. We're going to take the other ones with us. Oops. There's 2. Let's go ahead and get that guy in. And you might have to do just a little bit of shifting to get it to line up until you get all of them in. We're not going to tighten them down yet. We're just going to get it finger taut. All right. And then I would just take and shift this on the floor, just making sure that you're grabbing the center piece so that it doesn't come apart on you. And then bring your locking tires towards you and put in the next bolt. So on the front of it, there's going to be one on the side as well as one on the front. Once again, you may have to shift it a little bit to get it to line up. That's why we're not tightening them down quite yet. All right, we're going to do the front. There we go. Just finger tight. Sometimes it's easier to use the Allen wrench to just get them finger tight. Let's get the other side here. Adjusting it to where the, make sure you don't cross thread them. Just get them to where they line up. And get the outside one while we're at it. There we go. Now let's just use the Allen wrench to get them finger tight. Now we can go ahead, now that we've got all four on, let's go ahead and just snug them down. You don't need to get crazy with it, but just take and get them to where the Allen wrench has got them fairly tight. And I'm doing the front first, and you'll see why here in a minute, because we're going to put that back support on as the next step. So just tightening those down. There we go. Let's just slide it to where we're seeing the back again, so the front is away from you. And let's just tighten down those side screws on the back. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that was stage one. Stage two, okay, so we're going to take 4 of E and F, which is that M6 by 12 button head screw, and then the flathead or the flat washers. We're going to put them over here, put 2 on either side. We're going to use that 4mm wrench again. And then we're going to grab this piece and we're going to put the hole down. So it's going to slide in. And then we're just going to take, I would do the top ones to begin with. Take one of those button head bolts and slide it in. And just get it finger tight. All right, so that side is going to hold itself now. We'll do the other side. Okay, and while they're finger tight, we're going to go ahead and put the bottom ones on. You may have to move the shelf up and down to get the threads to line up. Make sure you don't cross thread the bolt. And get the last one on, and then we'll go ahead and tighten all those down once we have them all on. All right, we got them started. Let's go ahead and get them taut. Once again, you don't need to over tighten them, just get them tight with the Allen wrench. Do all 4. All right, we've got them all tight. Okay, we're ready now to assemble the last piece for your Bernina E16 Pro machine. It's going to be this last sheet metal piece. We're also going to use the pucks, which are machine locators is the official name of those, and then the longer bolts with the lock washer and the flat. So what I've done is I've just prepped them, I finger tightened them. You want to make sure that the non-beveled edge is closest to the piece of sheet metal, and the one that's got a beveled edge or is rounded on the top goes away from the sheet metal. So once you have all 4 of those tightened, just go ahead and just give it a little snug with your Allen wrench. We're still using our 4mm. So get those tight. Use our Allen wrench. You may have to hold on to the locator as you tighten it with the Allen wrench, because it'll want to spin on you. You don't have to get them super tight, but you definitely want to get them tight so they don't rattle loose. Pivot around. Finger tight first. And then Allen wrench in there. Remember, we're going clockwise to make it tight. Let's do our last one. Finger tight. All right, and it's tightened down. Let's go to the next stage of assembling our Bernina E16 Pro cart. Okay, so the last step of assembling our cart is we're going to take the piece that we put the machine locators on. We're going to slide that in so the locators are up. You'll see a letter F on your piece. It's right here by my thumb. You'll want that to go towards the front or towards the locking wheels. So you should be able to just slide that in place. The locators will hold it in place. If you need to, once again, do this on the floor, but if you need to rotate it around to get it to slide into place, feel free to do that. We're going to be using the last 4 of our 6mm bolts with just a flat washer. And we're going to locate the hole on the inside. Same thing, just finger tight them until you get all 4 in, making sure that you don't cross thread them. Just move it around until you get the holes lined up. Once you have it in place, then you can spin her around again and do the back ones. Raise or lower it or move it forward or backwards to get it lined up. Let's get the last one finger tight. This probably would be easier on the floor. I'm just showing it on the table so you can see it on camera. Okay, so once you get them finger tight, let's go ahead and tighten them down with the Allen wrench. All right, and just give them a nice snug with the Allen wrench. Nice. The other 4 on the other side, or I'm sorry, the other 2 on the other side. And that one I didn't get finger tight, it just fell out. So let's put it back in. All right, go ahead and get it tightened down, and then just give it one last little tug on it. This side is all the way in, so we'll just give it one little tug. We're going clockwise. And so now you've got your cart ready to go.